Alright guys, so this is going to be my review of, well, spoiler review of Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. There's a lot of problems going on with Marvel, which I will be talking about in a separate video, but let's just talk about what's going on with this right here. So, a lot of people told me I didn't like it. I read the comments of some of my video of multiple of my excuse me. I've read the comments. So like there's one person I want to read. Um, and we'll say the name of it. No, this was a 2 out of 10 for me. Doctor Strange was like the passionate, uh, a passioner, pretty much passionate in his own movie, which is we'll get to that. The Illuminati were the dumbest people in the movie, with the smartest person on the team. It's true, and did two things that actually smart person would not do against. Um, we'll get to that in a minute. So here's the thing about it. I stick to my grade as a 7 out of 10, like a low seven, probably like a 7 point, 5 or 6. It's like a 7.5. Because I did enjoy it more so than I enjoyed uh Shang-Chi and the Tunnels, and more so than Black Widow. Um, it's it's one of these things where you just don't know because like there's 48 minutes cut. So I'm sitting here like, what the fuck did y'all cut? And you could tell certain things were cut because if they probably add those 48 minutes, this probably would be an 8 out of 10 film. Some said five, some say this. Look, for me, I enjoyed it. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it, but it was better than most. Now, some people compare this to the Batman. As a film, I go with Doctor Strange a lot more than the Batman. But as a comic book film, Doctor Strange. But as a film, like a glorified film that I got everything added into, even the stuff I didn't want, I have to go with the Batman. The problem with this film is it's pretty much Doctor Strange in a WandaVision episode. Wanda was the villain of this whole thing, which spoiler alert, Scarlet Witch. Like I was like, okay, cool, that's interesting because I've never seen that done before with a character in the MCU. We've always gotten the hee hee hoo ha ha villains, the Lokis and the Ragnaroks, uh, you know, uh, the Yellow Jackets of the world, the uh, Doctor Strange, his villain from the last, the Mandu, and all these villains are not going to win. Like we already know. But now you're turning one of the Avengers slash hero into a villain. You have my curiosity. That's something different, and I gave credit where credit is due. Her motives was dumb as hell because if you sit there, you really think about it, all she had to do was sleep with somebody in the regular world to get those damn kids. That's all she needed to do. Or talk to Doctor Strange and go to a universe where the kids don't have a mother, and there's a universe where they don't have the mother. She died. Like I'm sitting there, like what was like that's where the stupidity comes in. There's a lot of stupidity because when you sit down and you analyze the film, it's a lot of stupidity. The Illuminati with their stupidity. Like you sit there, you say like, "Oh, Doctor Strange, you're the evilest one there." Why? Well, he's here from another universe for a reason. Hear this man out. They ain't hearing him out. Then here comes Scarlet Witch, kills every last one of them, just like that. Another thing too, Scarlet Witch power is OP as fuck. I've never seen somebody who has more OP power than she did. Like I sit there like, yo, like, bruh. Like that's a lot of power she had. Like the way she killed Mr. Fantastic, and we don't even talk about Captain Marvel. Um, the way she killed Captain Peggy, Captain Carter, the way she killed Professor. Oh God, Professor X was fucked up. It's just the way she did all this though. It was just crazy. Um, as a strange, if this was like one of those strange episodes or one of his episodes, this is probably the best episode thus far. But it does, like Doctor Strange. It didn't feel like Doctor Strange was in his own film because you've watched the first one. That's a Doctor Strange film. I'm not a fan of that film. I like this one a lot more than that one because of the way Raimi turned it more like a little element to it. That's why I like this one more than the first one. But that was a Doctor Strange film. This one right here with America Chavez, which I don't even know who America Chavez is. It wasn't. It was just weird. It was like he was in his own film. And it wasn't in his own film. It's like he was a guest star in America Chavez and Scarlet Witch film. And that's what it seemed like to me. Um, and the person who commented was not wrong. Like, give it a 2 out of 10. I think that's a drastic 6. Fine. 5 is understandable, but lower than that, you're going too far. Um, but as a film, it's not the greatest. That's why it's a 7. Now, once those 48 minutes come in and added some more context to this stuff, if it's really a lot more stuff to this context, then it might be an 8. Or it might, that person gave it a 5, might actually make it a 7. Or that person who gave it a 2 might actually make it a 5. I don't know. But like I said, I don't agree with people who make it a 2. I feel like you're just raging a little bit. Um, I do understand though where you're coming from because reading your like seriously, I straight up agree with you. This wasn't a Doctor Strange film. The first one, as much as I was a fan of that one, that was a Doctor Strange film. I do think the way they did that film was kind of, again, it was a Marvel corporate thing because they were like, well, this worked for Iron Man. Let's follow the same elements and we use that for everybody. And that's exactly what they did with most of all the origin films. Captain America was one they did too. Now, Winter Soldier, they experimented the fuck out of that one, made it a great film. But overall, I understand your complaints and I understand your frustrations because I agree. Like, there's certain things in this film I was like, this is not right. This is not right. Um, the film was short. This is probably the shortest film I've seen from Marvel thus far in a long time, which I liked. The shorter, the better. But there was a problem with that. Some stuff was out of context, and some stuff was just rushed a little bit that made it not a great film. Um, but it's the best film we've got in the phase. What four we are? What phase we on? I, whatever phase we on now, because with the TV shows and everything, I'm confused now. But I do not like, and I want to state this in the video. I don't think I stated in the other one. Is you have to watch WandaVision to understand this film. That's bullshit. I do like the fact that you don't have to watch nothing, and that's the thing with films today. You want to go into films not watching something. You just want to go into the film and embrace it. And I think the biggest problem now, what Marvel's trying to do, they're trying to push the Disney Plus shows, and I think it's going to bite them in the ass. This one actually worked out pretty beneficial for them. The only one I see they won't really do that for is Loki, because Loki is considered dead in this universe, and they'll probably keep him dead in the universe, which is probably not a bad thing. I think Tom Ellison has done enough in the character, and I think we've seen Thor him enough, so we go with that. Um, but this is just my opinion on the rails. Um, so, but this is my review of Well, this is my spoiler review of Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness. It's not a bad film, but it's one of these films where I would say, do you need to watch what happened in WandaVision? Find a clip on YouTube and watch it from there. Don't torture yourself if you don't want to. But I will say it's out of Shang-Chi, Black Widow, and Eternals. This is the best film we've gotten, which is not saying much. Um, and I enjoyed a hell of a lot more than those other two. Like if I had to put it in order, it would be Doctor Strange, Doctor Strange Madness, um, Shang Chi, then Black Widow, then Eternals. And in that order. Um, so yeah, no, that's about it. As always, guys, like, subscribe. Peace. Have a Johnson day. I will see you guys in the next video, and that's my spoiler review of Doctor Strange Madness.